Hi everyone, it's me, the how-to homemaker. So I have to speak just a little bit softer. My husband is asleep on the couch in the other room and oh my gosh, he is not feeling good. I've only ever seen my dad get this sick, and it's like if you don't get sick very often and when it hits you stinking hard, it looks like, and I feel bad and I try and do everything that I can to help, and that's what brings me to the soup. So I boiled my bones. I just added water there. When you boil your bones, guys, you have to do it. You have to put the time in, make it worth the effort. You have to do it for 8 hours. I've seen people do it for 3 days. I've seen myself do it for a day, and I've seen people do it for 3 hours, and I just think, what's the stinking point? You don't get anything. So you boil it. You can actually physically scrape marrow out of bones in some locations, especially if you buy it from a butcher. But if not, it is still good. It pulls the marrow straight from the bone. You do get the nutrients, and it is just a good practice to put in. I keep mine in a bag in the freezer, just every time we eat a meal that has bones in it. Toss them in the bag until it gets too much. And then you have the bag to use in case of a rainy day. It's not raining today, but my husband is sick, so we needed them. And now I have space in my freezer, so that's good. The other thing that I do to make this a feel good, feel better soup is I'd studied natural medicine there for a bit, just on my own, nothing professional. But what I learned, and what I do believe to be true, is that if anything is dense, like physically dense and hard to cut, or if it took a long time to grow, that is jam-packed full of nutrients to help you feel better. So what I do is I usually go to a produce wholesale place, and I'll just grab from the shelves anything that is dense, or anything that I know to be full of nutrients, like garlic or ginger, which I have lots of. I also wanted to say before I go through the veggies is that I've got whole corn pepper there. You put it in the beginning so it softens up by the time you eat it. I've got lentils and split peas, barley, and chili peppers. Those are all good things to put in a soup. Really just make this your own, guys, because it's your soup. That's why I don't have a recipe. It's your feel better soup. So do put the dense vegetables in what I said though. So I've got some carrots, green onions, ginger, garlic. In the back I've got some turnips, sweet potato, I believe, yeah, a rutabaga, some celery, and onions. Oh my gosh, you guys, red onions help pull toxins straight from your body. It's crazy what they can do. Eat them in everything. If you're sick, put them in your cereal. Ugh, don't do that. But do, because if you want to feel better, that's what you need to do. Something else that you can do though, and that I've done, I just want to tell you guys quickly about, cut an onion in half. If you have like a chest cold or anything like that, cut a red onion in half and put it on your bedside table. And when you wake up in the morning, the onion will be starting to turn a color because it's pulling the toxins out of you. Physically, it's crazy just from being in close proximity to one. And you'll start to feel better, and you smell like an onion a little bit, but you really do start to feel better. And then come the second night, or morning I should say, that onion is brown and you're on your way to feeling all better. And I've done this before, and I don't know if the onion's just rotting on the bedside table and it's a placebo effect for my brain, but I've done it and it makes me feel better. So that is something I wanted to mention. The other thing that I think is important for this soup is the heat. That's why I have the peppercorns and the chili peppers. It is so important to sweat your sickness out. If you are sick, or if you're making this for somebody who is sick, push the limits to whatever kind of heat that you can take, because when you have that sickness, one of the only things that you can do is just push it right out of your pores almost. And I say test your limits because some people's limit is garlic. And that's okay. If garlic makes you sweat, then sweat with garlic. But if you need 2 bottles of sriracha and some habanero peppers, like my mother, to sweat, then do that, because this is what you need to feel better. The other thing I wanted to mention is apple cider vinegar with the mothers. I like putting that in my feel better soup, but if somebody is puking and sick, that usually means that they're acidic to basic stuff going on in their belly. They usually have more acidic stuff, so you don't want to add and potentially make them sicker. So that's my only advice. Those are the things that you need to do to make this a feel good soup, feel better soup, whatever you want to call it really, because there is no recipe. And yeah, with that being said, I'm the how-to homemaker. I'm gonna sign out. Don't forget, everybody in life makes mistakes. What matters is what you do about it. Bye everyone.